I put out a list of questions to the group, things that people wanted to learn about from last week, and there was quite a few questions about social media, so it's going to be primarily focused on that. Since I have 10 minutes, we'll have about 2 minutes each. Some of them are much shorter, so that means that the first one here, LinkedIn, will probably be able to even take some questions on. Crystal Bud had questions about LinkedIn, knowing what's going on with it. You know, is it worth doing? Is it not worth doing? I think of all of the social media platforms, LinkedIn is probably the one that's most worth doing for people in here. We have heard some real world scenarios where people have got work off of Facebook. People have asked for recommendations. I think Val recommended John Thomas as a painter, and people have gotten business that way. There are, you know, I'm sure other instances in which that has happened. But by and large, social media is for socializing, and people go there to relax and to escape and to see cat and dog pictures, family pictures, and things of that nature. That is where LinkedIn is different. LinkedIn is intentionally a business-oriented environment, and it's a place where the kind of networking that we do here translates really well into action in LinkedIn. So the most powerful thing that I think you could use it for is as a way to research power partners. Power partners is a concept that people have in LaTip, you know, people that are likely referral sources. And in the world of LinkedIn, the form that those would take would be groups. Groups are a self-organized collection of like businesses or people that are interested in a certain topic. And the approach would not be a direct approach. The approach should be a tangential approach in which, you know, your contact to the group is designed to reach a larger pool of people, perhaps associated with them, for direct referrals or for building, you know, like-minded business relationships. So, for a person like, say, John Thomas or Termite Terry, who are service-oriented industries, a little bit more aligned with contracting, there are probably property manager groups out there. Let's try doing a quick search for...
Shut us down.
Looks like I need a... Okay, so there was one. Probably management professionals, 5,000 members. This looks probably like a nationwide group. But you can see that there's quite a few people in here. I think that, this one is, some of them are overseas. Some of them are, and those would probably not apply. That's one thing. Like, we have created groups for our clients, groups that they speak to themselves, and you get a lot of membership requests from overseas, and we pretty much make a rule of no overseas people. It might be different for your industry, but
can you narrow down that any more than that?
Well, you know what? You can narrow it down in this is the iPad app, and the iPad app has a little bit less of a ability to do an advanced search apparently than, but you know, that's what I'm using to demonstrate here. But yes, in the desktop version, you go to the site, there are more ways in which you can refine the search. In fact, you can do it regionally, so that you can add, you know, a qualifier that is the the region in which you want to focus. And I haven't tried to get really granular to the city level, but it definitely works for Los Angeles, Southern California, and things of that nature. So the process would be that you join the group, right? And then you take the temperature of the group and see what people are talking about and where their interests lie, and where there's an opportunity for you to publish something on your own site that you then share with the group that would be of interest to them. And I know that, that for instance, Terry has done things like that, and John has too, in talking about, commercial painting jobs that they've done, or commercial type of pest control jobs that Terry's done, commercial fumigation that he's done. So, you could come up with, say, 5 things you need to look out for before you're getting your commercial property fumigated or painted, and that would be something that you could post to the group and lead back to your site, and then could lead to your own consideration. I think that it's also important to try to identify allies out there, and to actually connect with them on LinkedIn, because connecting with people is, people do business with people that they know. And if you can strike up a relationship with someone, that's all of these social media tools. It all has to be taken back down to the level of, these are relationships, and they need cultivation. So I don't want to completely ignore LinkedIn. I'm going to leave this up, but I'm going to try to address a few of the other topics that people ask questions about, and so then we can come back to LinkedIn if we have time. But Angie Butler wanted to know about hashtags on Facebook, and hashtags are a convention that came up in Twitter. They are essentially just keyword phrases that describe, or characterize a topic that is being shared on social media. And so because people search using hashtags on Twitter and on other social media, keywords basically, it behooves people to characterize their posts in a certain way if they want them to be found by people searching for that hashtag. So it's nothing more than an aid, a tool, a signpost that people use to signify the content of a given post. And the hashtags that you see on Facebook are probably actually coming from Instagram. Instagram is connected. It's like not a parasitical entity, but it depends on Facebook by and large for its popularity, and which is why Facebook ended up buying it. But the hashtags that you see are generally on photos that have been posted to Instagram but appear in people's timelines on Facebook. Other than that, there's not really a reason to use them. People use them because, it's a way to characterize what they've been posting about. Another question we had was from Sherry Boone. It was about keywords and their relationship to ranking. Keywords do still have a relationship to ranking. In fact, they're the cornerstone of how a page is characterized by Google in its search. But the overemphasis of containing keywords in your site can actually be penalized now. They call it keyword stuffing, and it's discouraged. People, when you're writing for the web, just think about making it useful to the end user, to the consumer, to the person that may come to your site. And the hope is that, of course, they will link to it, which will help drive it up in value. So don't be overly concerned about keywords beyond them as a topic that characterizes a given post or page in a site. And apply it in a logical, hierarchical way from the page title to the meta description to the page heading and the page content, and you'll be fine. Okay, the last question we had was from Don Sharda about mobile responsiveness. Now, mobile responsiveness, it by and large has to do exclusively with mobile phones now. because the tablets have such a high resolution that you can go to a website and view it in a standard way. But on a cell phone, essentially, you do need to have a mobile responsive theme for your site if you want people to be able to see and use your site on a cell phone. And of course, we can help you with all this stuff. And if you have any questions, we'll talk about it afterwards, because apparently my time is up. Thank you very much.